Hey everyone, I just wanted to give a small message of positivity, if you want to call it that. I understand that sometimes when I'm providing, I would just say criticism to the game, it could come off as just overly negative, and criticism in general can definitely come off as overtly negative. I've been playing Space Station 14 specifically, for a long time, since it's getting close to 4 years now for how long I've been playing this game. So I have naturally ended up becoming the jaded veteran, whether I wanted to become that or not. I'm resistant to change, and I understand that. I'm somebody who likes to talk about the good old days, except the good old days are not that good. I'm not that blinded. The early Space Station 14 was rough. We got through it somehow. I don't know, but it survived to this point, and now we are in the great era of dozens of forks, more servers than I know the names of, and a bunch of servers that are all trying different things and finding their place in this larger community. I never wanted to be a voice that drives anything, as in, I'm not a game developer. I'm not somebody who has ever dared to state, I think this is what should be done for the game. I do, of course, have my own opinions. And when it comes to things like making the game more mechanically difficult for new players, I'm against it. I think Space Station 14 pulled me in at the time because of how simple it was. It was simple, yet mechanically in depth for what it was trying to be. No job is a mile deep, but the game was kind of a mile wide. Every department offered something, nothing incredibly complex. And naturally, as the game grows and as all these different forks and upstream and everyone else gets a bunch of new content and new mechanics, yes, naturally things are going to become more complex. This is very true for all games. Minecraft in dev was really simple. Minecraft today is not that much more complex, but there are more layers to it. However, I feel like Space Station, and this is just I feel like true, no one truly knows what Space Station is, and that's a good thing. Space Station means something to everyone else. However, I don't think people necessarily play Space Station for mechanical in-depth individual mechanics. They kind of want the whole game to be like a melting pot of deep mechanics. And more specifically, the point I'm trying to get to is I'm somebody who does not like crawling. However, that does not mean I am ungrateful for the people who have worked on crawling. I am an individual who personally does not like it for the reasons I'm stating earlier. I think it adds too much mechanical depth and takes away from other aspects of the game. Before, combat oftentimes was just decided by who had better equipment, but I think that makes sense in a game where equipment is very varied. An L6 saw should probably not lose to a handgun, and I don't think the player who is more skilled with the handgun should ever be favored to win this. However, say you're a new player with the L6 saw, and somebody lies down on the ground and you don't know you have to click on their sprite precisely, that person with the L6 will lose the fight because they literally don't even know how to hit them. And of course, naturally, people are going to say, well, you'll learn from that. And that's true. You do learn through this game. You learn through failures and mistakes. But I don't think there ever should have been a situation necessarily where somebody with an L6 saw, just say in a perfect scenario, just a normal gunfight, I think the machine gun should win. I don't think your own individual skill level and the fact that you play 6,000 hours a day should grant you a win. I think tactics and equipment should be things that grant you a win. Obviously, there's a lot more going on than combat, but crawling is the most recent thing that I have been critical about. And I just want to say, regardless of all of my opinions, I am still very grateful for literally every contributor and maintainer that works on this game. Even if you merge something I don't like, that's okay. I don't have to like everything about this game. Actually, my opinions on this game would probably lead to a very dead server. I run a server that has a lot of things on it that I don't personally like or agree with, but the greater majority does. So I'm not exactly like blind to the fact that I might have a minority opinion, and that's totally fine. I'm still going to keep playing the game. I've been playing this game through a lot worse things that I didn't like and a lot more unplayable things, literally broken features that made the game borderline unplayable for a week. That's how it was. But we are actually out of that state. I feel like things, especially upstream, has a much more solid system now where really broken things just don't get merged. And I mean, people love to be overly just loud about every little thing. I don't know why Space Station specifically. I mean, this is maybe the internet in general. I don't know why people just feel the need to just shout anger about how much they hate something without providing any reasons as to why they hate it. It usually is actually more so towards station maps that people just hate. They'll say, I hate this map. And if you ask them why, most of the time you don't get a real reason. I don't know why that is. That's been true forever, though. Ever since the first map was made in the game, like, ever since, like, the pack days, I remember people complaining about it when there was, like, literally no other option. Anyways, yeah, I can ramble on forever. I'm really good at that. But I, again, just want to express my thankfulness for the whole Space Station community. Everyone's hard work from the first days of Space Station 14, hell, even the Space Station 13 people need to be thanked because 14 would not exist without it. So, I mean, I'm thankful for everyone who has made this game a possibility. That includes the players, the contributors. I would not be in this position I am to even talk about this if the game didn't exist at all. So there's always a level of gratefulness there. I apologize if my I apologize if my critiques don't come off as critical and if it comes off as complaining. Not my intention. Either way, all of this has allowed me to have my own community, my own personal little place in space now. Everyone has their own little space in Space Station now. There's so many servers again and so many forks. So again, to you as a viewer, if you just really don't like something one server's doing, try other servers. Maybe other servers are more in line with what you personally like. Some people do like, some people really love Upstream, and they will not play on other servers in this because they found the server. That is their server. That's fine. I think we should all take a time and a little bit of extra effort to not just bash servers that you don't like. Just because there's a feature or a mechanic or something you do not like, that doesn't mean everyone's hard work should be completely just disrespected or put down. You can critically state that I don't like it because of X, but an open source community run by the community for the community does not thrive if we only have negativity. And I'm definitely not in a position to act like I am a moral compass or a high horse or anything. I'm no one special in that regard. But hopefully, maybe just by me verbalizing that we should just take some time, be a little bit more positive. I see a lot of doom saying and like that, like this game can't survive and all that. I, why can't it? We're so tiny. Space Station 14, when I first started playing, had a peak population of like 20 people in a weekend, and that was phenomenal. That was high pop. How did we even get to this point? Like I never thought I'd play this game and ever see it beyond one server. I thought this was going to be the most small, tight-knit community I've ever seen, and now it's so large that people don't even know other parts of the community exist anymore. So, I think we could all take some time to come together just a little bit and thank everyone for all the hard work so far. And of course, I could thank you for watching.